In the next videos, we're going to demonstrate a couple other ways to install a Drupal site using Acquia Dev Desktop, both of which will require that you're connected to a network. If we click on the plus button in the lower left-hand corner and we select New Drupal Site, Acquia Dev Desktop will connect to a server and it will generate a list of possible distributions, including default Drupal, that we can use to install our Drupal site. So this is a great, very quick way to test out multiple distributions or to get a site up and running without going through the trouble of downloading the code base directly from Drupal.org. At the very top is Acquia's distribution, which is different than default Drupal. Acquia Drupal comes bundled with a number of common modules and configuration, as well as the Acquia connector, which is useful if you're a Acquia network member and you have access to their multiple services. If you're not a member and don't anticipate becoming a member, then that connector can cause a little bit of confusion when you're looking at the interface. Specifically, if you're following the Build a Module tutorials where we use default Drupal, if you use Acquia Drupal instead, there will be some points where the videos don't quite line up. But if we scroll down, you'll see past several other distributions, Drupal right here, as well as Drupal 8, which at the point that we're recording these videos is currently in beta. So in this case, if we want to install the latest version of Drupal 7, you can see the version right here under the install button. We can just click the install button. I'll do that here. And you see a similar dialog to what we had before. The local codebase folder is automatically pointed to the folder that we selected when we installed Dev Desktop initially. It's important to select a folder name that we like here because if we change it later, it will no longer be connected to Dev Desktop. So I'm going to call this one From Distribution List. I'll copy this and I'm going to paste it as the site name as well. This is Drupal 7, so PHP 5.3 will work just fine. We'll create a new database and we'll let it select the database name so again, it lines up with the site name here. And I'll click Finish. If everything went well, you should see a Done here and we can go ahead and close this out. If you ran into problems, it may have been due to a permissions issue with your folder. The way that I solved this in Mac is I right-clicked on the folder where we were doing the installation. I went to Get Info, and I allowed read and write privileges for everybody for this folder, and then I selected the Apply to Enclosed Items here after unlocking this. I'm going to close this. If we look at the Windows way of doing this, it would include right-clicking on the folder and going to Properties, going to Security, and adjusting the permissions here. Okay, I'm going to jump back to Dev Desktop. So again, if we want to go to the site that we just created, we could click on the local site link here. And we should be greeted by the installation form here.